Hello everyone, welcome back to Cookies Tarot YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing another 7-day look ahead for all the signs from Aries through Pisces. So let's begin. We're going to start with Aries first. Universe, Spirit guides, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Aries? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aries? Universe, Spirit guides. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aries? What's coming up over the next 7 days? Too many cards. 2 more cards, please. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aries? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aries? What is coming up over the next 7 days? Okay, so for Aries, you could be dealing with an earth energy or a Gemini. I do see some type of communication coming in. You could be just communicating your feelings. Someone could be reaching out to you. Someone may reach out to you and express their feelings, but you may still have some doubts about this person's intentions. This person could be coming from a good place, but somehow after your discussion, you may not really trust this person, or you may have some inner conflicts about your feelings towards this person. Okay, so that's Aries. Next, we're doing Taurus. Universe, Spirit guides, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Tauruses? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Taurus? Taurus. Next 7 days. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Taurus? Coming up over the next 7 days for Taurus. So for Taurus, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or fire energy in general. Seems like things just aren't going as quickly as you want them to. You may be running into delays. You may feel unlucky, but divine timing is at play. So Spirit is urging you to remain patient and calm. Use your empathy in a situation. Things will happen as they should, but not the way you technically want them to, but they will happen with divine timing. You may feel conflicted. This could be your thoughts, or this could be within a group of people. So you may be dealing with competition from others. You may be dealing with just a lot of conflicting thoughts, not knowing, who to trust. So it's really important for you to pour back within yourself and trust in your own judgment. Okay, so next we have Geminis. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Geminis? Next 7 days for Geminis. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Geminis? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Geminis? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Gemini? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Geminis? One more card for Geminis. What is coming up? Okay, thank you. So for Geminis, don't give up on the first try, because you may... I see like you putting in an effort and then getting shut down. But then with the Magician card, you will be overcoming your obstacles. So don't feel like backing down on your beliefs or backing down on what you want to do. Just basically stand up for yourself is what I'm hearing. You could be dealing with another Gemini or a Virgo, but it's important for you to use your words, productively solve problems, productively overcome challenges. I do see you doing that, so just have faith in yourself. Okay, next we have Cancers. Universe, Spirit guides, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Cancers? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Cancers? Next 7 days for Cancers. Okay. So for Cancers, something joyous and fun could be on the horizon. You may be getting an invitation somewhere. Someone may take you out on a date and it's really fun. I see a lot of music. I see dancing. You could be reconciling with someone. You could be healing, like healing your heart, healing from some type of pain. And you're getting the help from your friends to do that. Yeah, so if someone wants to be romantic with you, you could be hearing good news. Something will be a cause to rejoice about. Okay, next we're doing Leos. Spirit guys, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Leos? Next 7 days for Leos. What's coming up over the next 7 days? Next 7 days for Leos. Coming up over the next 7 days for Leos. Next 7 days for Leos. Okay, so for Leos, you could be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo. There may be like a really tough challenge that you're facing, but I do see you overcoming some sort of hurdle. So something that you may not have had hope in or you thought was a dead end, I do see you harnessing your abilities, taking advantage of the situation, just making the best out of a situation and overcoming that hurdle. Some of you could be traveling, you could be by water, and you could be just planning your next steps either in your career or in your love life. Okay, that was Leo. So next we're doing Virgos. Spirit guys, what's coming up over the next 7 days for Virgos? Virgos. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Virgos? Too many cards. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Virgo? What's coming up over the next 7 days for Virgos? Okay, so for Virgos, you could be dealing with a water energy. So you may feel like there's a situation where you have exhausted all of your options. You have no more options left. You feel like now is the time to part ways with something. So I do see a parting of ways. You could be taking a short trip as well, but this feels more of an energy of where you have exhausted everything that you could have to try to solve this issue, but you can't. So now you must leave the situation. You may feel very torn about this. This may be a very hard decision for you. You may feel like if you stay, it won't turn out well, but if you go, it won't turn out well either. So like there's no winning in either one of the outcomes. And you could be dealing with a water energy. Okay, next we're on to Libras. Remember, Spirit guys, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Libras? What's coming up over the next 7 days? Next 7 days for Libras. Next 7 days for Libras. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Libras? Okay, so for Libras, you could be dealing with a Taurus or another air energy. You may feel like you've put all of your eggs in one basket, but you're not reaping the rewards. So you may feel impatient. You may feel like there's a lack of achievement in a situation. You do want to work this out. You do want to put more effort in, or someone else wants to put more effort in. But it's important also for you, even though you want to make this situation work, you have to know when is enough. Like you need to know what is enough, what your boundaries are, when to say no, when to voice your own opinions. So I feel like this week is all about like a test of strength, test of character in the face of something not going your way. All right, next we're doing Scorpios. Guys, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Scorpios? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Scorpio? Scorpio. It's coming up over the next 7 days for Scorpios. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Scorpios? Too many cards. What's coming up over the next 7 days for Scorpius? Just one more card, please. Spirit. Okay. So for Scorpios, there could be a situation, like a relationship, where you are trying to find forgiveness, you are trying to overcome adversity, but someone may not be working with you the way you're putting in the work. You may not trust your person, or this could be like a business situation or a love situation, but the person that you're dealing with, you may not trust them. There seems to be something off balance. You feel like you're lacking options. You're not sure of, you're at a loss of how else to salvage the situation. So you could be dealing with primarily a water energy. Next, we're doing Sagittarius. And Spirit guides, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Sagittarius? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Sagittarius? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Sagittarius? Coming up over the next 7 days. Okay, so for Sagittarius, you could be dealing with an earth energy. I see fast-paced movement, so you could either be traveling, going somewhere quickly, making a decision quickly, or reacting really quickly. So if you're reacting really quickly, just be sure you're using your words and just watching what you say and not saying anything in the heat of the moment. I see you like standing up for yourself. So you're freeing yourself, you're finding your independence, you're ending some type of self-limiting beliefs, ending anxiety. You're able to pick yourself back up and you're able to defend whatever it is you're trying to defend. This could be a relationship, a job, yourself. So I just see you making big moves and standing on your word for Sagittarius. Okay, so next we have Capricorns. Spirit guides, what is coming up over the next 7 days for Capricorn? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Capricorns? Capricorns. One more shuffle. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Capricorns? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Capricorns? Okay, for Capricorns, you could be dealing with a fire energy. Someone could be coming in trying to work on something with you. Like this person wants to be calm and patient, empathetic, but somehow the situation's being turned around. So some type of situation is starting off balanced and easy, but then maybe because of someone's insecurities or immaturity, the situation is being turned around and headed in the wrong direction. So you may be feeling a lack of self-worth, lack of confidence. You could be just emotionally volatile. Okay, so that's Capricorns. Next, we're doing Aquarius. Here are Spirit guides. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aquarius? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aquarius? What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aquarius? Aquarius. What's coming up over the next 7 days for Aquarius? One more card, please. Just one card. Too many. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Aquarius? One card, please. Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so Aquarius, you could be dealing with an air energy or a Virgo. There seems to be a lot of deception coming up in the next week. Someone doesn't trust someone. Someone could be trying to get away with something, doing some shady business deals, lying, being deceitful, scheming, cheating. So with the Seven of Swords, as well as the Magician and the Lovers in reverse, I just see like a lot of distrustful energy. Someone's not being loyal. This could be like a work situation where you may be like hooking up with a coworker and someone else found out, like the HR person or something like that, where someone's trying to pull a wool over your eyes, or you could be lying to yourself, lying to someone else. Someone could be lying to you. So just watch out for that. Okay, next we have Pisces, or lastly, we have Pisces. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Pisces? Here's here, guys. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Pisces? Next 7 days for Pisces. Next 7 days for Pisces. Too many cards. What's coming up over the next 7 days for Pisces? This one. One more. What is coming up over the next 7 days for Pisces? What's coming up over the next 7 days for Pisces? What's coming up over the next 7 days? Okay. So for Pisces, you could be dealing with someone who uses their sexuality to charm others. This could also be someone who's emotionally volatile. This could be someone who's jealous, vengeful, lustful. Or this could just be a fire energy. So if you're dealing with this person, I do see that you may just be cutting ties with this person. Enough is enough. You've been leading an unhealthy lifestyle for so long that you just want to move forward in a better direction. So I see you making adjustments, trying to find gratitude in what you do have in life, and trying to find peace and happiness and contentment. And you might be moving in a different direction than this person. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in. That was all the signs, and I'll see you next time.